Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
I'm Coach O with our National Scouting Service High School Football News. How would you feel, not only as a coach, player, or a parent, to be a part of a program with over 100 losses, where there are 2 high schools in the country that deal with it season after season? Our first school up is Columbia, out of Huntsville, Alabama. With a decade-long losing streak of 100 losses and last victory being on October the 16th of 2015, the school is led by former Auburn and NFL wide receiver Sammy Coates, who took over the Columbia program in the spring. While he hasn't been able to guide the Eagles to an elusive streak-busting victory, the program has been more competitive than it has been in the recent seasons. The team is led by senior Hakeem Dunnigan. Losing is still happening in other programs. Now, to think Columbia High School has the longest streak, then think again. Another school dealing with the same type of setbacks is Red Lake High School out of Minnesota with 150 losses, which started back in October on the 16th of 1999. Now let's get into some legal news. More than 24 high school football players from Missouri-based Cardinal Ritter College, Prep, have retained legal representation, including National Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump, after they were pepper sprayed by Massillon Police Department officers following a game in Massillon. Is this the fall of powerhouse programs? Salina High School, which is known for an outstanding football program and 8 state championships. Head football coach and athletic director Bill Elliott has been placed on leave as an investigation into his son's arrest continues. Bill Elliott is not accused of any wrongdoing. Instead, the district said there was concern that his presence could compromise the investigation into his son. Moore Middle School principal Allison Ginn has also been placed on paid leave for the same reason. Later through the investigation, his son, yes, Caleb Elliott's son, was arrested earlier this month and charged with invasive recording and the possession of child pornography. Police said that while Caleb Elliott was a coach and teacher at Moore Middle School within the district, he took invasive recordings of victims in the boys' locker room. Do high school deserve the same transfer treatment? Well, that is the question. When will high school athletes be able to transfer like college athletes? The transfer portal has taken over college athletics and changed the recruiting landscape for players and coaches. The college transfer portal for the football season in 2026 will have a single 15-day window from January the 2nd through the 16th. So when will it start for high school students, as so many eagerly awaits? No longer are collegiate athletes penalized for switching schools. Sometimes they're actually rewarded with name, image, and likeness deals. However, the rules are different for high school athletes in Texas. The University of Interscholastic Sports League, which governs public school sports statewide, prohibits students from transferring for athletic purposes. The NCAA transfer portal opened in 2018, but the UIL has stood firm in its current policy for high school athletes. All students who switch schools and play sports are required to complete a previous athletic participation form, which includes a series of questions regarding the student's home situation and reason for transferring. Transfers for academic reasons, such as magnet programs, are allowed in Texas. However, any student deemed to have transferred for athletic purposes is considered ineligible for one school in 1 year. Per UIL regulations, students deemed ineligible can appeal this decision. In October of 2024, the UIL took its rule enforcement a step further, empowering the state executive committee to investigate schools with excessive transfers. What is House Bill 619? State Representative Barbara Garvin Harkins is looking to change Texas' long-held transfer policy. Some parents can't wait, but then it may be too late. See, parents are tired of the favoritism and daddy ball, or the kid is a senior and you have to wait to next year's statements. Where good coaches are going to put the best product on the field. Well, Ms. Barbara Garvin Harkins proposed House Bill 619, which would allow high school athletes a one-time transfer to schools outside their district without any UIL penalty. The bill was read for the first time on May the 4th during the 89th session of the Texas legislature, then was referred to the Public Education Committee. If approved by the House and the Senate and signed into law by Governor Greg Abbott, the new transfer rule will go into effect for the 2025-2026 school year. So Texas, what are we waiting for? The UIL doesn't comment on pending litigations, but they're proceeding for lighter transfer rules in other states. 12 states nationwide have some sort of rule allowing transfer for high school athletes. Why not Texas? Of those states, Florida is the most comparable to Texas in size and scale of top-tier athletes. Florida Governor Rick Scott signed House Bill 7029 into law in 2016. It allows students to transfer freely between schools across the state without any athletic restrictions. But the big state of Texas haven't made a move. Well, this wrap up my high school football school news, and I hope you all have a great weekend and a great week, and be on the lookout for my high school football game picks and rankings. I am Coach O, and this is the National Scouting Service High School Football News. Be sure to continue to follow us and support us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for your weekly high school football highlights, rankings, recruiting, and news updates. Again, enjoy your week and your weekend. And I am Coach O of the National Scouting Service Podcast Show.